you're lost right now, right? You clicked on this video because you see two guys with nice cars, and you think this is the kind of whole fulfillment in life, right? You kind of have that shiny object syndrome. You chase all these things social media portrays out to be. You chase this lifestyle, you chase the watches, you chase the money, but what's your purpose behind it, right? You can't chase an object and think that that will fulfill you internally. You have to find purpose in the journey. What are you doing on your day-to-day basis? Are you checking your phone up all day? You have 6 hours of screen time, 8 hours of screen time? Because let's be realistic. It's not something that's gonna pop up one day and you're gonna be like, I found my purpose, right? That's not what it is, because that's what social media portrays it out to be. Social media is the highlights of people's life. It's not what their life actually is. You don't see the hardships that people went through. You don't see the struggles that people went through. And finding your purpose is going through all that and finding meaning behind it. So you're not going to wake up one day and say, I found it.
Yeah.
It's a deeper meaning than that.
100%. And I feel like a lot of people fall into this idea of, oh, how do I find my purpose? They start looking for it. They start looking for what motivates them, what inspires them. Again, like, that's good, but that's a part of the journey of finding your purpose. And again, like Omar just said, that sometimes finding your purpose is just going through your own life, right? Going through the failures, trials, and tribulations, and ultimately dealing with what's going on within your own life. And maybe from there, you find your own purpose. Because just because you haven't found it yet doesn't mean you're not where you should be, right? Just because we have nice cars doesn't mean we are in a better position than you might be, right? We're both 20 years old. I'm 20. How old are you, Omar?
20.
20. We're both 20. And I'm still finding my purpose. Are you still finding your purpose?
Still finding mine.
And maybe this video, we made it for you to give you that bit of reassurance that you might have been looking for, right? Maybe you're seeing this for a reason. Maybe this has been on your mind for the past few months, years, however long it might have been. And just know that it shouldn't consume you, right? Like, when you have a purpose in life, it's a God-given ability, right? Not everybody is born with a purpose, but when you're not born with something, what do? You ultimately earn it, right? And you earn it how? Through going through your life, and depending on who you are in this life. Again, everyone has different goals, different thoughts, different ideas of how they want to live. You just have to sit down with yourself. And, from where we are today, going through what we have been, becoming successful at the age we are, I'm more than truly blessed. And again, even though we have these nice things, or we've lived a nice lifestyle, it hasn't given us my purpose, maybe his purpose, at least, to say the least. And understand that on this journey of looking for this something, this purpose, what you shall seek, you shall find, right? But when you put something upon purpose, what you don't know is your purpose, and you keep looking for what could be your purpose, how would you ever find it, right? Because you're looking for something you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And then you keep going in a loophole where, it might take you down the route of maybe being mentally down, right? Where you start slacking off in aspects of your life because, again, you're constantly chasing something that just might not exist because you're not at that point of time of life where that purpose has been given to you. Understand, like he said, you're not going to wake up one day and think, you know what, this is my purpose. Let me go and fulfill that. It doesn't work like that.
And I think when it comes to that, the whole purpose idea, we don't even have it figured out ourselves. You'll never get to a point in life. Think of your favorite entrepreneur. Think of your favorite social media influencer. They probably don't have it figured out as well. You're never going to have a full, solid idea of what your purpose is, but you have an idea of what you want to get to, what fulfills you, and what gives you purpose, right? It's not material objects. Because once you get it, this car, for example, I wanted it for so long. I got it. It doesn't change who I am. At the end of the day, it's cool. I have it. It feels very surreal, but I'm still me at the end of the day. So what do I do on a day-to-day basis that makes me feel more of a person? Whether it's helping somebody out around me, whether it's helping a random homeless person on the street, whether it's helping one of my friends, right? That's real value. That's real purpose. You put somebody in a position to better themselves. You change somebody's life, right? When you're always chasing something, it'll never come to you. When you sit and focus on yourself, you focus on a skill. you focus on, bettering your life in general, that idea will come to you more, and I think you can kind of expand on that a little bit more,
Yeah.
because you've kind of gotten to a point where maybe you were chasing something for a while and you're finally starting to sit back and watch it all kind of play out.
100%. No, that's exactly what it was. Again, like he said, we both have nice cars. I'm not gonna downplay it. This is my second M5, and I remember when I got my first one, it was white. I bought it, right? And I was thinking, this is gonna fulfill me, right? And maybe with this fulfillment, I'll find the purpose, right? I'll be honest with you, it changed nothing. Yes, I was happy in that moment where I felt like, you know what, I'm fulfilled. And with that fulfillment, where did I find my purpose? Nothing, right? Because understand one thing. Fulfillment varies depending on what you search for, right? If you look for fulfillment in materialistic objects, right? Short-lasting terms, or whatever it might be, short-lasting pleasures, understand that there's no real purpose behind that. And, just making this video now, I'm kind of starting to kind of form an idea of what my purpose might be, because I'm 20 years old and I've been paying my parents' mortgage since I was 19. I moved my family from deadass Hood, Allentown, Pennsylvania to Bethlehem, PA. And all within under a year, and I found real fulfillment in that, right? I was able to change not only my life, my family's life, right? My friend's life, my students' life. And I found fulfillment in that. And that was real fulfillment, because that was fulfillment that never died out. That was fulfillment that gave me a purpose to keep showing up for certain people in my life, to keep showing up for myself. So maybe that is what real purpose is, right? It's not the materialistic objects. It's not the cars. It's not the trip. It's not the woman. It's what's going to actually have an everlasting impact on your life. And I'll put it this way, like, we're all going to die. Omar's going to die. I'm going to die. My parents are going to die. You're going to die. And when you are near death, right? Because again, we're all going to die. When you are near death, there's going to be just a moment in your life where you sit back and you reflect on, well, what was my purpose? And the only reason why I say this is because I had thought I died in a motorcycle accident when I turned 19. I literally crashed my motorcycle, couldn't hear, couldn't breathe, couldn't smell. Everything went white in my eyes. And within these few seconds, I just had flashbacks about my family of like, yo, what purpose did I fulfill for them? And there was nothing. I really thought about how I wasted my life and the opportunity that God had given me to give a to give a source of fulfillment to other people. And through that time, I realized that maybe my purpose isn't gonna affect me or fulfill me, but maybe my purpose fulfills others, right? Like my mom, like my dad, like my brother, like my friends, like my family. Maybe my purpose is to fulfill them. But again, what is my purpose? I still don't know, because throughout life, your ideas change, your beliefs change, your emotions change, your thoughts change. Life is always changing. And when you can't keep up with change, you're ultimately gonna get left behind. And again, going back to the route of searching for a purpose, again, just understand that you're always changing. What your purpose was back when you were 10 isn't going to be what it is when you're 20, when you're 30, when you're 40. And maybe the idea of purpose is false, right? Nobody knows what a purpose is, right? We're making the video from our own thoughts. And you can disagree, because that's the beauty of life. You don't have to agree with us. But maybe we're just two random people sharing our thoughts that might affect you in your own life, which might help you find purpose in your own life. And just understand that life is too long. Like I think life is long. People say life is short. I think I lived a very long life, only at 20 years old. And I can't wait to experience how much longer it's going to be, obviously, God willing. But throughout this time, I realized that go with the flow.
Yeah.
I feel like the minute you don't accept life for what it is, obviously, either you fuck life or life fucks you, but go with the flow, but control the waves of it, right?
And I think we were talking about this earlier. A lot of people wait for kind of that perfect opportunity. There never really is a perfect opportunity, and it kind of takes somebody going through something horrible in their life for them to change the whole entire direction of their life. When I was 16 years old, my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer. As a 16-year-old, that's not something a lot of people can fathom or grasp, right? My whole life was normal, And in a split second, my mom sat us down, and it seemed like my entire life shifted. The whole time, my parents immigrated from Egypt. They had nothing. They genuinely had nothing. They worked their ass off. They got to a point where they could provide for me and my brothers. And what am I doing? I'm sitting here playing Fortnite every day. Like, there was no purpose in my life. And for me, unfortunately, it took a bad situation happening to kind of realize where I was and who I was. You know, I had to sit down and really think to myself, what am I doing? Right? You can sit here and scroll all day. You can run from your problems. You can smoke weed. You can drink. But when you sit with yourself at the end of the day, every single day, what are you doing? You're not fulfilling this. And only you can find that out for yourself. Nobody else around you can do it for you. Your friend can't do it for you. Your brother can't do it for you. Only you can do it. And you kind of have to be put in a situation where either let a bad situation happen to you or a bad situation happens, or it comes to a point where you need to figure it out for yourself. And I'm grateful that I was put in a position to where I had to change. Obviously, I'm not grateful that my mom had breast cancer, but obviously she beat it, thank God. But I was in a position where I had to change, right? And now seeing to kind of where I've become now, I put so much effort into finding my purpose and making things happen for myself that I haven't found my purpose, but I'm on the path now, and it feels so much more fulfilling.
Yeah. And like you said too, with bad things happening, like when people go to jail and they come out Christian and they come out Muslim, and now their purpose is to, you know, spread the word of God through either Islam or Christianity, whatever it might be. Like, again, they went through something in their own life, and it could have been a bad moment. It could have been a good moment. But the whole point that we're trying to bring across to you is you're never going to know when that moment is there, right? For him, it was when mom had breast cancer. Not saying that's where he found his purpose, but when I thought I died, I had found some sort of what I thought was my purpose, right? And my dad was paralyzed when I was 8 years old, and I thought my purpose then was to be the man in the house, right? I had to be the strong person that provided food for the table. I mean, I guess now as I am, but I don't think that's what my purpose is. Oh yeah, let me just be the man in my house. Let me pay all the bills. What purpose is that? Again, yeah, that's very fulfilling.
Yeah.
But again, fulfillment doesn't always lead to purpose. This fulfills us for such a short time,
It's
to
like
the point 30 minutes to the point where you just get bored of it. It's like, damn, this fulfilled me for this amount of time, and it led me to getting no purpose, right? And I would say too, like, if you're someone that's young, just detach from the idea of it. I feel like a lot of people get confused with their own thoughts of, again, trying to figure out what they're meant to do in life. If I work at McDonald's, is my purpose to serve burgers all day, my entire life, because that is where I'm at in my current life? No, right? Again, life changes. You keep going with the flow, and throughout this flow, you find your purpose, right? Because ultimately, you could leave this world with no purpose, and that's normal, right? Nobody's perfect. Not everybody has to be some sort of special person that has to do a lot of things for other people. You can live a regular life and be fulfilled, and that might be your purpose. My purpose is to live my own life and live for nobody but myself, and that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the whole point that we're trying to bring across to you is when you keep chasing for what might not exist yet, you're only looping yourself back into the same hole that's keeping you trapped, right? And what's keeping you trapped is the idea of feeling like you're stuck or you're lost because you aren't there yet. Understand that we might not be there yet, right? But we learn to understand that we can't have this trap us in the mentality of being stuck, right? Because the saddest thing about life is the minute you feel as if you are stuck, you are stuck.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, it's a matter of knowing that life goes on. What I might not know now, I shall now know later. And I'm pretty sure that's a verse in the Bible. What I don't know now, I shall know later, right? So if you are in this point of time where you're battling with yourself, right, your own belief system, your own spirituality, whatever it might be, just understand that it doesn't have to be right now. You have so much to live for throughout this entire time of your life that maybe a good thing is going to happen to you where you find your purpose. Maybe it has to be a bad thing for you to find purpose. The whole point, which I'm going to cause, is you are never going to know, and that's what you have to accept, is that uncertainty behind it. Because again, if you keep looking for certainty in places where it doesn't exist, will you ever find what you're looking for? Never. And like, bro, where you are today at 20 years old, right, after going through what you had to do with your own life, what was the biggest thing you had to accept?
You can only control what you can control.
And that's it. And that's being okay with uncertainty.
And now what I have for you today, I want you to sit with yourself at the end of the day. Sit in your bed in a dark room with no phone. And I want you to really think to yourself, what do you want? Not what do you want to achieve, what do you want? Right? And it can't be a materialistic object. It can't be, shiny object syndrome. What do you want? When you are laying on your deathbed tomorrow, what will make you feel accomplished? And you really need to sit and think about it, whether you need to journal it, whether you need to, take a couple days to it, but sit down in a room with nothing around you, no phone, and find out what will make you happy.